Like most of us, our late teens and early 20s are filled with lots of hits and misses, especially when it comes to sex. At that age, I was like a river, going with the flow and seeing whether it leads me to second base and more. It was such a rush, to be gravitating towards sex. But to be honest, despite all the research I had done, and mostly through porn, I wasn't entirely sure if I knew a damn thing about intercourse. I remember my first few attempts at sex was rather, forgetful. At a random house party, my girlfriend at the time and I went to a bathroom to try having sex. For the first time, I might add. We kiss, our clothes fly off, and before I know it we are on the bathroom floor, passionately writhing with expectation. I ask her, "You want to do it?" She softly says, "Yes. Get a condom." Amazing. Fantastic. I reply with excitement. But then immediately, I thought to myself, how the fuck do I put this condom on, and fuck her? This was the furthest I had ever reached. But I digress. So, let's get back to the story about my foreskin. The thing about foreskin, is that it can be very sensitive. My foreskin was tight, and anytime I masturbated as a young boy it always stung a little when it had to be pulled back to expose the head of my penis. And between the vigil for a condom, the makeout session and the semi-panic attack I was experiencing, I has lost major confidence and my dick was shrinking faster than I could say, orgasm. This process repeated itself with other girls until I met Richa. She had an insatiable sexual appetite but was more of a giver than a receiver. Yay, she enjoyed giving head almost as much as I enjoyed receiving it. Well, almost. On a typical night we got wasted and she wanted to help me relax further. This was the night things went rather south. We started standing up, but she pushed me onto the bed with my feet planted on the ground while she made her way toward my hips. I don't quite recall exactly how it happened, but she fell forward with her bare chest and torso dropping on my genitals and she somehow tore the connective tissue between my foreskin and the base of the head on my penis. Ouch. What seemed like a pinch at the time resulted in a sufficient amount of blood coming from my dick, literally. But the pain had only just begun. A few days later I went to see my doctor and explain what had happened. He suggests no sex for 6 to 8 weeks and putting antiseptic ointment on the insides of the foreskin where the tear had occurred. Or, get a surgical circumcision and live life without foreskin. Wait, what? Gentlemen and ladies, let me tell you that it took me less than a minute to decide. We went ahead with the procedure and I endured for the next 8 weeks with stitches, bandaging and late-night boners with painkillers strong enough to make an elephant feel stoned. But, I endured it like any real man would. The sensitivity in my penis was so high during my initial release from the hospital that wanting to take a piss would result in increased blood flow to the area, which would cause some expansion in the penis trying to tear through the stitches. It was basically hell. So, kids, now it's time for the key takeaways. You will last longer, which means longer sessions, a more voracious sexual appetite and true appreciation for the work of adult film stars and their technique. Slipping on a condom is also easier. Since there is nothing to pull back and nothing to adjust, you simply put it on when the time is right and go to town. It allows you to clean the crevices under the mushroom head, which in general is way more hygienic. Women also prefer a circumcised penis because it doesn't look like a sad, cold worm. It resembles a mighty one-eyed snake that's set to take on the world. And isn't that what we all want? I do wish to point out that it did hurt a lot, and if you are happy with your equipment and how it functions, good on you. Just remember to stay safe, stay clean and use protection.